thought I'd give you an update. I'm now 34 weeks, and that is, yeah, that's scary now. We really are, I say this every week, but we really are on the final countdown now. So it has been quite an eventful weekend. Obviously my weeks tick over every Saturday. That's then the official day for when things change over for me. After last week's kind of worry about all the pre-eclampsia stuff, I don't think I really appreciated how much it was playing on my mind, even though I felt absolutely fine. Towards the end of the week, I was then beginning to feel quite paranoid about everything, really. At what point are things normal, and at what point should I be raising an alarm? I think it was Thursday night or Wednesday night, my feet really blew up, to the point where, you know, when you go on holiday and your feet get really, really hot and they swell, they were burning and they were throbbing like that. They'd blown up like that. I've lost my ankles completely, have the true cankle situation going on, which just looks horrific. But even my little toes were changing colour, and when I walked about, like whenever my foot bent, it felt like the skin was going to split. They were so tight, and you just think, well, is this normal pregnancy swelling, or is this pre-eclampsia swelling? I don't want to ring up and sound paranoid, but at the same time I also don't want to ignore something that is obvious. I'd got up in the middle of the night once, and one of the other signs, or one of the big signs they told me to look out for, was eye disturbances. I'd got up in the middle of the night, turned the light on to go to the toilet, and I did get an eye disturbance. But I just got up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet and turn the light on, so that's not, you know, that could be quite normal for that. So I think that was playing on my mind a lot more. Come Saturday afternoon, the baby's movements did start to slow down, which I thought, that's a bit odd. We'll see how that goes. So I was changing position throughout the evening. I was doing bits and bobs to try, and it was moving. Just wasn't as strong as it normally would be, or as frequent. But I thought, that's fine, we'll go to bed, and I'm sure it'll be fine come tomorrow. But throughout the night I kept waking up, and normally you can guarantee whenever I wake up to roll over, or so, like, whatever really, you'll then feel the baby move. But I didn't at all each time that I woke up, and I kept prodding it, and then you'd get like a little wiggle, but not a lot. So come obviously Sunday morning, I was by that point pretty worried, and tired, and with all the added stress and tiredness from the week, I think it all just surmounted. So Marcus said, oh, is he up? Because every morning he wakes up and says, oh, is he awake yet? Is my boy awake yet? Because he's still convinced it's a boy. We genuinely don't know what it is. And I went, no, it's not, and burst into tears, and just, I'm so worried. And it was at that point Mark said, get the phone, we're going to give him a call. So we did. The hospital said, explained everything. Delivery suite said, come in, we'll do some checks on you, especially with the pre-eclampsia concern. And I explained that obviously the other test hadn't gone off from the doctors because the doctors had lost it. And delivery suite were superb. They had me, literally went straight in, spoke to reception. They got me in within 5 minutes of being in the waiting room, got me a bed. They did all of the pre-eclampsia checks, which then came back completely clear. And then they hooked me up on a heart monitor for half an hour, where we could then monitor the baby and the heartbeat. And funny enough, Mark made me laugh about something, and as soon as I laughed, the baby then started moving more. So I think it was actually just reacting to me, and that's what the midwife was saying as well, that the baby was probably picking up on my anxiety, and that's what's quieting down. And to be fair, that's what the midwife had said the other week when we had the initial pre-eclampsia worry. So yeah, so all in all, she then gave me the all clear. We were there all in all for about an hour. And literally as we then left, the baby has stopped non-stop. It has been on the move all day yesterday, all night last night, and today it has just kept going and going and going and going, which is great. So I feel so much better. Yesterday afternoon, Mark went to go see his mum in hospital while I stayed at home, and I actually ended up having a nap on the sofa, which I haven't done since when we first discovered I was pregnant, really, and I was having to nap all the time in the first trimester. So that was quite nice, just to chill and just to recoup, really. And again today, like I say, the baby's carried on moving. I've talked to it throughout. It seems to go, everyone laughs, but I kind of give it a running commentary on our day, really, and everything that we're doing and what I'm doing and why. And I think the baby's used to that by now and reacts accordingly. So that's all good news. The other thing that's happened is, I think I've mentioned it in previous vlogs, but there was a girl at work who has been pregnant at the same time as me. She's been 3 weeks ahead of me, and it's her first child too. So it's been quite nice that we've been on the journey together. She did actually finish work 2 weeks ago because she decided to finish earlier than what I'm deciding to do. Each to their own kind of thing. It's whatever suits you. And she actually had her baby yesterday. So she was actually at the hospital the same time as we were, but we obviously didn't know. So she was just 37 weeks, so yeah, everything's absolutely fine. You're then classed as full term, so the baby can come anytime from 37 weeks to 40 weeks. And then if you're overdue, that's then the 40 to 42 week mark, so you've got about a 5 week window, really. I'm kind of looking at due dates a bit like a best before date now. It's not really it's not a set target. It can come any time before or after that. But yeah, so she's had a little boy, £6.11 called Leo, which he just looks adorable. I've spoken to her briefly and she's absolutely fine. Bossed out the baby in 4 hours, so I'm aiming for the same thing. Let's go for it. And so now I'm thinking I might have a girl, because we were carrying completely different. So we've both said all along that we've got different flavours. We just didn't know what each one of us had. So I'm now wondering if I've got a girl inside me. Who knows? And then it really began to hit home of, oh shit, I'm next. Like, this is actually really happening now. Robin's had hers, so now it's for me. And we could have actually a baby in the next 3 weeks. So yeah, we could have Becky in 2 weeks' time, because we just had her this weekend. And that might be the last time where we're a little family of 3. But if anything, with all these with this pre-eclampsia scare, it has made sure that my hospital bag is now packed. And even yesterday, that was it. All the bags went in the car, because we didn't know what was going to happen. Before we knew, there was then going to be an issue, and it was all pre-eclampsia related. So they may well have then induced or done whatever. I was just in full panic mode. So yes, the bags are all in the car. We're pretty much set here. We've just got to finish off the changing table, but because that needs sanding and repainting, we're kind of relying on the weather, really. And the beast from the east came back this weekend, although we didn't get it too bad. It then did stop Mark getting outside to do that. So we've got that to do. The spare room's all set up, ready for if we need someone to come over and stay with Becky overnight, if things happen in the middle of the night, or for when my dad and stepmom come over from Malta. The Moses basket just needs to go downstairs in the living room. I've just put the batteries in the vibrating chair, so that's all ready. And everything's pretty much washed, so we're pretty much there now. But we'll see what this week brings. Hello, so here is a bump shot for you. I'm feeling positively massive today. If I step back, so this is a specific maternity and nursing dress. Well, it's meant to be a tunic, but I think because I'm so short, it's actually a dress on me. I was hoping the bump might make it shorter and then I can wear it in leggings, but Nope. So this is from Jojo, Maman and Bebe, I think that's how you pronounce it. A nice sale bargain. Anyhow, a bump shot for you. So from the side, this is Bambino. And front view. So yes, been very, very active today. And it feels like we are now growing at a absolute rate of knots now. So this is 34 weeks. And there's not really a lot else to tell you. I'll give you another update in a bit. Hello. So apologies, it's going to be another joined up vlog this week. Purely because I just didn't get a chance to sit down and finish last week. All in all, I had a really good week. Obviously we had the... Sorry, listen to directions as well and they'll tell you where we're going. All in all, I had a good week. After the pre-eclampsia scare last weekend. Baby's been moving non-stop throughout the week, which has been lovely. My pain, in terms of SPD pain, has been pretty minimal. Which has been amazing, and that leads me to, I had a physio appointment yesterday, and I've actually been discharged, which is just incredible. The pubic bone hasn't really moved, thanks to the exercises on the muscles, because we believe that it was actually a muscle that was pulling my pubic bone out of place. So I've been working on the muscle to stop it pulling out of place, and that seems to have worked. I am getting some discomfort, but that's mainly because the baby's head is pushing down, which there's not a lot you can do, that's what the baby does. And all in all, I've just got to keep active, just got to keep doing my exercises, and just got to be really, really careful, really. So that's brilliant. I also had a midwife appointment this week, which was my 34-week midwife appointment. 34-week midwife appointment, I should say. And again, that went absolutely fine. So there's still no protein in my urine anymore, which is good. Heartbeat was really strong of the baby. My measurements are good. I'm still plotting at the top of the chart, but it's all along the same kind of thing. So that is fine. I'm trying to think, the only thing, the baby's head is engaged still, which is good, and it is 2/5 engaged, so it needs to be 5/5 engaged to come out, basically. But it doesn't really mean too much, as baby can still come out of that position up until 36 weeks, so it's got another week to go to come out of that position, but it's fairly unlikely, as it's been down in that position for quite a while now. But it could also stay sitting at 2/5 for weeks on end. It doesn't actually mean... It started packing his bags, basically, but it has made no formal plans as to when it will be leaving. And that's it. The only downer I've had this week is the fact I've now caught this snotty cold, which any other pregnant woman who has a cold knows is one of the worst things you can get, because you can literally take sweet FA to soften it. So you're not allowed any decongestants, however you say it. Can't even say it normally, let alone with a blocked nose. So there's just so much pressure behind my eyes and my nose. My throat at night is on fire, as is my right ear. And there's nothing I can do other than I've got sinus sprays to try and clear my sinuses. But that is literally all I can take, and paracetamol, because I've got a bit of a temperature with it as well. But that's fine. This morning I'm now off to a it's called a mum to mum sale. So basically mums sell on second-hand bits and bobs to other mums or mums to be. I'm hoping to go along. I am looking for a TENS machine, which is a pain relief machine. So you put it on in early labour, and it sends electrodes and it disrupts the message to your brain. But I'm looking for a second-hand one of them, and really any general nursing clothes. So I'll take you with me and we can see what we can find. So I'm back, and I had a whale of a time. I really didn't think that I'd actually get a lot. I thought there'd be a lot of stuff for like existing babies. Obviously mine's existing, but you know what I mean, like actual babies that are here, rather than kind of stuff for people who are about to have a baby like I am. But as you know, I went looking for a tens machine, and guess what? I got one. I managed to get a brand new one for £10, and it's never been used. She did have a used one there for £5, so I could have picked up that, to be fair, but I thought for the sake of an extra £5 I might as well get a brand new one. Never been used. She swore by it. She didn't have to use this one because obviously she had the other one to use. So yeah, really pleased with that, because even if you rent, they're about 40 quid new, but even if you rent them, they're about 30. So to actually then have my own for £10, bargain. So well chuffed with that. The other big bargain I got, which I did not plan to get, and I did walk around a couple of times thinking, oh, do I not, but I did decide to do it, was this. So I managed to get a brand new, well, it's not brand new, sorry, that's a lie, brand new to me. It's a used high chair. However, it was their spare high chair, so it's barely been used, in great condition, and I picked that up for £2, which is why I thought, well, that would be great, that even if it just ends up going to like Mark's mum's or my mum's, or even the one that we use, but yeah, for £2, I thought, oh yes, I will have that. So that was my other bargain. And then a lady, I did buy 2 items of clothing, which I very definitely was not planning on getting. The first was for, where have I got it? Oh yeah, was a little vest with a tortoise on. So of course I had to get it, and that was 10p. It's in size 0 to 3. It is slightly boy, but it's got pink dots on it. That can be either. And I was really struggling at the moment for newborn vests. But when I say newborn, I mean like £7 baby vests. I've got quite a few up to 1 month, or big newborn vests, so like £10 babies. But actual like £7 babies, I'm really struggling on. So she'd obviously spotted me having a look at some other stalls, and she came over and said, oh, do you not know like what you're having, this lady? And I said, no. She said, you're the first one today. Everybody else seems to know what they're having, so no one wants gender neutral clothes. Do you want all this? And then gestured towards her table, all her gender neutral stuff for £1.50. So I'll just show you what she gave me. So I got all this. I've sorted it out into age groups. So this is 0 to 3. This was up to 1 month and newborn. Look, some little cute giraffe things and everything. And that was 3 to 6. But literally a whole bag full of vests and sleep suits for £1.50. But there's some really cute items like this little giraffe vest. That's from H&M. That doesn't even look like it's been worn. Like these little H&M little trousers. There's a little, some star leggings there. Vests. There's some kind of linen dungaree things. It's amazing. I've got loads and loads of stuff, as well as a couple of hats and mittens and things like that as well. And a Moses basket sheet, which will always come in handy to have a spare of that. So yeah, a whole bag full of items she gave me for £1.50, which was just incredible. And then I did buy one other outfit. Where have I put it? Just because I thought it was so cute. So you got a little top. Oh, I can't do this one-handed. And what does it say on the bottom? This little star of mine, and it's got little elephants and stars. So I thought, oh, my mum might like that. And that is 0 to 3, or up to 3 months from Tesco's. And with it, you got a pair of little elephant leggings as well, which I thought was really cute. And and that was £1, I believe. So all in all, I spent, and it was a £1 entrance fee that goes to charity. So I got the tens machine, a high chair, a whole bag of clothes, all for £14.50. Not bad. Oh, excuse me, not bad at all. So plus my £1 fee, what I spent £15.50, and I got loads. And I went with a budget of £15 just for my tens machine. So I am over the moon. Thoroughly recommend the events. I'll be more than happy to go to more in the future. I cannot wait until Bambino's here. I was gutted, actually. I wish I'd just done it. But there was something I saw, and I went back to go and get it, and it'd gone, and it was one of them Baby Move. I think they're called Baby Move. Baby MOOV. Kind of supports, I want to say. Like the inserts that you put inside like a Moses basket to keep them on her back. And that was only £3. It was quite worn. But I was debating with myself as to whether it's something that I'm just buying because I'm seeing, rather than actually because it was, it's not what I went there looking for. And then when I thought, oh, actually I will go back and have another look, it had already gone. So there's a tip for you. If you see something you like at these kind of sales, then go again. Just get it straight away. But I'd be more than happy to go again. And next time I'll grab one of my girlfriends with me, because there was a lovely cafe downstairs, so we could then have stopped and had a coffee. But who knows? There was a lady there who everyone I spoke to obviously always asked, kind of, do you know what you're having? I said no. Every single one of them said boy. And one of the ladies even looked at the scan and went, yep, that's a definite boy. That is a definite boy. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But who knows? Next time I go, I might have a little one with me. I knew there was something else that I'd got. I also, in the newborn, like the unisex, gender-neutral bag that the very kind lady gave to me, was a pack of brand new bibs from Boots. They're not even been taken off the little cardboard things. There's a pack of 4 there with a plastic wipe, back. So that's always quite handy. But I also got a grow bag swaddle. So there were quite a few of these for sale. They probably are a gimmick, but for the sake of £1, I thought it's worth a shot. Some babies love being swaddled, some babies hate it. And that seems to be the general consensus as to why so many people are getting rid of them, because some babies just do not like it whatsoever. Sorry, I've got a really annoying kink here today. I think it's because it's funny weather outside. It's made my hair funny. But yeah, for £1, I picked one up because I thought, oh, it's worth a go. And if it doesn't work, then again, I can just then sell it on or give it to one of our friends who no doubt will then go on to have another child. So yeah, so I got that too. Hi, so I thought I'd give you a midweek update. It is just gone 5 o'clock, and yes, I am in my pyjamas already. I'm really struggling this week. It just feels like everything just feels quite a lot of an effort to get up and move and do stuff. I feel tired. I'm not sleeping the best, but I think that's mostly to do with the cold. My hands and feet have swollen, and my ankles are really swollen to the point where like they hurt to bend. And it's my ankles that wake me up. If I found some feet pack, which I'll have to try and link below. It was only from Poundland. Like, I found it in my toiletry bag from like yonks ago. But they kept my feet cool, really cold all night the other night. They were amazing. I so need to get some more of them. But my hands have also swollen, which they don't look excessive, but it's my hands that are actually keeping me up, because they really hurt to like bend. This hand's not so bad, but mainly this one's worse. This is a bit more of a bare hand, but I don't know if it's even going to show up. But it hurts to bend my knuckles, and they're actually slightly like bluey grey, as if they're bruised, and they feel like they're bruised. And I think it's just the swelling. And that's it, really. That's not really a lot more to do. I'm still in a bit of discomfort after, although the physio discharged me on Friday, which was fantastic news. However, to obviously get a feel of what my pubic bone was doing, she had to examine me quite a bit. so there was a bit of manipulation and not manipulation, but having a feel and prod around, and that's kind of made the whole area a bit sore. Baby is moving loads still, which is great, but the movements are really strong now. It's got a lot of strength in its legs. Yes, you moving around, and it's really pushing down. And all I can describe it as, it's actually painful. You can feel it pushing against a muscle on the inside. I don't know what the muscle is. I'm guessing it's the pelvic floor. I'm not sure, but it feels like it's trying to break through it. And that's really uncomfortable when it gets started on that. Other times it'll just be moving around and be perfectly happy, and you can feel it's down there, but that's about it. But yeah, there are times it is now pushing a lot. So yeah, to be honest, I got the opportunity to then work from home this afternoon from work, so I took that, and I think I'm going to do the same again tomorrow, and yeah, got changed into my pyjamas at the earliest opportunity, and I think we're just going to have a quiet night, really. Perhaps that's all I need, and then I'll be recharged for the end of the week, hopefully. And we'll see, but I thought I would just log on. I'll show you a quick shot of my ankles as well, just so you can see what I mean. So excuse the state of my feet in terms of like my lack of painted toenails. They were biogelled, but they seem to come off. But yeah, I have literally no ankles whatsoever. You can see, like, that's just where I was walking, like, to the bathroom a minute ago. So you can see all the ridges where I've had to bend my feet. And it literally feels like my skin is about to burst open. Completely and utterly sausage feet, really. So yeah, they are really uncomfortable right now. Hello! So, I just realised I don't think I ever then finished off the week for you last week. All in all, nothing particularly eventful, to be perfectly honest, other than I had a brilliant night's sleep on Tuesday night, and then not been great at sleeping since then. It's just mainly been the throbbing in the hands and the ankles. The sickness has subsided. I don't know if I ever mentioned that the other week. That probably stopped actually about week 32, 33. Whereby I was getting an overwhelming wave of nausea in the morning, but as soon as I ate, then I was fine. So as long as I ate first thing, then that was absolutely fine. But that seems to have gone. Heartburn is coming on and off, and baby is pushing down, but there's nothing particularly eventful happened. So all in all, I'll leave you with the 34-week bump shot. I won't bother doing a 35 week because I don't think it is all that different, and then I'll see you next week. As always, if you like the updates, then obviously hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.